It wasn't good. Just roll the clip. What now? Aw. Uh-oh. Yeah, that thing caused some issues. Just as a quick aside, if you enjoy the video, you should like and subscribe. It sounds like YouTube is starting to rely heavily on AI for how content gets distributed, which may be problematic. If you want to know when I put videos out, turn on notifications, since you may not see them otherwise. Sorry to interrupt. Back to it. Thanks! Well, for the first one, you get a 2-for-1 deal. I've been wanting to redesign Cluckey, and I'm really happy with the new design. I feel like this design flows better into the evolutions, and it's really cute. Not too much more to say about it since we've covered Cluckey in depth before. Here's the new dex entry. If you want, you can pause the video to read it. But it's the same as it was, just with a new design, and ooh, a new dex page design. Exciting! Now onto the new stuff. I've been hinting about this design since I first designed Cluckey, but now I can officially say that this is Basilisk. It's more of a normal dragon chicken kind of basilisk rather than the 8-legged lizard kind that's used in D&D. But I'm allowed to take liberties. It's my fake Pokemon game, I can do what I want. I'll probably change the abilities at some point because I didn't think about it until it was already too late, but I probably should have given it something that paralyzes opponents. That's kind of the basilisk's whole thing, is paralyzing its prey with its stone gaze. I'll figure this whole creating things thing eventually, I hope. As a counterpart to the normal Cluckey, normal as in type, not normal as in basic. It's not basic, it's fine. It seemed only natural to make it a punk rocker rather than a classical pianist. And allow me to introduce Cluckey, the Scream Chicken Pokemon, a dark flying type. Cluckey hatched around Serpentine Pokemon look a bit strange. They're far more hostile, and their songs are discordant and hard to listen to, though some people love them for it. For its shiny, I mostly swapped some colors around. I thought, since the base color scheme is fairly dark to go alongside normal Cluckey, dark Cluckey should have some lighter tones, just for fun. Its abilities are soundproof and the real punk rock for this one. As I said earlier, I'll be changing its abilities at some point, I just need to figure out what might work best. Maybe something like sight-based moves will paralyze opponents, but I don't think there are many sight-based moves, so I have no idea. Let me know if you do. I might try some different colors for Dark Cluckey since I'm not exactly happy with the normal or the shiny. I wanted the chest fluff to give off something akin to the Sunburst guitar finish, but I don't think I executed it very well. I'll give it another go at some point. This one is significantly shorter than most of my other designs, so I'm not going to spend very long talking about it. I knew from the start the general vibe that I wanted to get across, and I know that I'm not beating the allegations that it's inspired by Silksong, but I swear that I finished this design before it came out. Just because I have a few hours played, okay, maybe more than a few hours, doesn't mean I'm subconsciously being overtaken by the bugs. But that may not be true for the evolutions, fair warning. Meet Wyrminch, the grub Pokemon, a bug type. Wyrminch fur is incredibly soft. They shed constantly, so some breeders have taken to gathering the hair and selling it to make clothes, often at a ridiculous price. For its shiny, I made it a bright pink and blue. I thought the fluff looked like cotton candy, so I referenced the rosy maple moth. It's just a little guy. As for its abilities, I decided to give it Swarm and Adaptability. I think it's a bug-type Pokemon that will eventually become pretty powerful. Those will likely work well. Oh, whoops, I wasn't supposed to say that. Anyways, I really struggle with bug types, so if there are any other bug ideas that you have, post them in the comments. On to the next one. Making a Mimic-based Pokemon is a lot harder than I initially thought, so I can't say I'm surprised they made Gimmighoul how they did. You want it to be cute and look like a friend, but you still want it to give off the feeling of a Mimic. Originally, I wanted this Pokemon to be a convergent form of Rotom, but I ended up deciding against it and just making a whole new thing. In D&D, from everything I can find, there isn't exactly a canon idea for what mimics look like when they aren't mimicking other objects. The best I could find is that they're these weird oozy blobs, so I mostly took that as my main inspiration. While we're only seeing the basic form in this video, the next video will be all about this little guy. Oh my gosh, why can't I say little? The next video will be all about this little guy right here. This Pokemon will still work similarly to Rotom, but instead of using its electricity to inhabit appliances and keeping the electric type, it'll infest different objects, keeping its dark type. You get to see a little tease of one of its forms, but that's all you're getting today. This is Mimink, the hidden Pokemon, a dark ghost type. Mimink are weaker when not inhabiting an object, so they tend to stay connected to one. This has led travelers to being wary of them even though they're often playful and kind. For its shiny, I followed a similar philosophy to Dark Cluckey, where the design gains a bright color. I love shinies like that, but I need to not overuse them. If you'd prefer to see a different shiny color, I'd love to hear what you think. For its abilities, I gave it Levitate and Pressure, since those give off the accurately ghostly nature. And for its hidden ability, I gave it Prankster. I see Mimink being a fast supporter, so that felt right. I love this idea, especially as a Rotom counterpart. Mimics can be, well, anything, just with big teeth, a huge tongue, and a ton of eyes. It's going to be a lot of fun designing some other Mimink forms. This is the last design for the video, and my favorite one for this set. Maybe even of anything I've done so far. I've been wanting to make a gelatinous cube Pokemon ever since I started thinking about this, and I wanted it to be really cute. It was a struggle figuring out how I wanted to get across the translucent, cubey, corrosive nature, so I went through a bunch of different designs that you're seeing currently. What I ultimately settled on, I'm super happy with, other than the name. I'm okay with the name, but it isn't perfect. If you want to help me name this, please do. As much as I'd love plushies for the starters and some of the other Pokemon I've made, I think this design really takes the cake for being the perfect plushie design. Especially if you can take the dagger out. Yes please, big squishy cube. Adorable. This cube will probably have a couple of evolutions that I'm very excited to make. The idea of a gelatinous cube in general is very silly, and I'm making sure to keep it silly in every possible way. And finally, meet Gloobi, the corrosion Pokemon, a poison type. Gloobi smell incredibly sweet to lure in other creatures living in the dungeon that they call home. Their body is made out of a corrosive substance at its core, but the outer layers can be made safe to handle with the right diet. Again, I'm not completely set on the colors. I was going to go with the normal green for its base color, but I didn't want to step on Minecraft's slime's toes, even though gelatinous cubes are often presented as a green slime anyways. Orange felt like a good option though, and I kept the green as its shiny. For its abilities, I thought Corrosion made a lot of sense, as did Poison Heal. And as it takes damage from poison, it just gets bigger. At least, that's how I'm imagining that it would work. And that's it for today. No cliffhanger this time, I promise. I really like this set of designs, probably some of my favorites so far. As always, if you like what you see and see what you like, feel free to do so down below. And if you like any of the designs and want to support me, check out my RedBubble. I'm selling stickers of all of my designs over there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you...